An access plan is a document that's prepared by a disability advisor for a student with an ongoing medical condition or a disability, and it's used by that student to negotiate reasonable adjustments with an academic. The access plan is actually to minimise any disadvantage that a medical condition may have on a student's ability to complete their program.
One of the things which I'm concerned about as a teacher is to make sure that students can do their very, very best. Now, obviously some students face difficulties which stop them from doing that, but there are simple things that we can do, like giving extra time for assignments, modifying examination assessments, things like that, which can really help the students to perform at their best.
A student can obtain an access plan in a number of ways. On enrolment, they tick a box to say they have a disability or ongoing medical condition. Students can be referred by other academics as well. They can refer themselves in even if they haven't ticked the box. So there's a number of ways that a student can access the service. Then the disability service emails them and invites them into a meeting. The student is required to bring in medical documentation from their treating practitioner.
The medical documentation stays in the disability office, so that information is not distributed to academics. What we're concerned with is the impact of the condition on all areas of study. So in effect, an academic will know that a student is registered with the disability service, but they won't know what the nature of the condition is unless the student chooses to disclose that. But the access plan is provided to the student, and the student is then expected to distribute that access plan to academics, who will then be expected to read the plan and implement the reasonable adjustments.
Most of the time it's really, really simple stuff like giving a couple of extra days to get an assignment in. Or it might be something like having the exam in a different setting, giving them some extra time, or perhaps using a computer rather than having to actually write it out by hand. Simple stuff like that. And all you're doing is you're just levelling the playing field and making it easier for those students to do what they should be doing, which is performing well.
If an academic receives an access plan and they're not sure what to do, all they need to do is call the office and speak to the disability advisor that's designed that plan. Sometimes a disability advisor may request a reasonable adjustment that is not appropriate for the requirements of the course. If that occurs, then a disability advisor can meet with the academic and discuss possible solutions.
If access plans aren't implemented, there may be implications for the university as well as for the academic staff who didn't implement the plan. For the university, this may mean that reasonable adjustments haven't been made, which means the student could take legal action against the university. Obviously, this has financial consequences for the university as well as significant reputational impact. For the individual academic, if they haven't implemented the access plan, this would be a breach of the reasonable adjustments policy, and internal action may be taken on that. In my experience, the university has had a really good track record with accommodating students with disabilities, and certainly access plans are key to that, and that's something that we'd really like to maintain.
I think that if I didn't have an access plan, I'm not sure I would even still be at uni, because it's been such a vital step to being able to attend uni with an illness. It cannot be overstated how much of a difference it makes to my experience as a student.
The reality of the situation is that these access plans simply make it easier for us as academics to help the students with whatever it is that they need. It tends to save time in the long run, and it leads to positive outcomes for the students, and I think that's the most important thing.